Hi, today we're going to tell you how to make these darling paper roses that we've made using a 6-petal flower. You can either hand cut, die cut. We cut some with a slice. These are out of our die cut center, but it helps if they do have 6 petals. And the hole in the center helps, but also not necessary. So we're going to start with our 3 flowers. We've got some of these cute little floral stamens that we're going to add to some of them. And this is the Art Glitter Designer Dries Clear adhesive that we really like because it dries really quickly. The Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist, which is just a fun accent for the end, just to be kind of shimmery and pretty. And then this is some alcohol ink that we're going to use to dye our little stamen. And this skewer, you could also use a pencil, but I like it because it's so thin, it kind of does a better job than a pencil. And then a pair of scissors. That's all we need. So for the first step, take one of your flowers, and you're just going to make one snip in between 2 of the petals. Just like that. For the second one, you're going to cut one petal off in the same fashion. So one snip here and one snip here. Now you have these 2 pieces. Then this one, you're going to cut a chunk that has 2 petals. So you're going to cut one here and one here. So now you have all of these pieces. I think that we'll start with this one that we just did a little snip. So I'm going to take this glitter glue that I really like, Art Glitter glue, and just kind of cover that little petal that's next to this slit, and then I'm just going to fold that over and hold that for a second, but it does dry pretty quickly. And then I'm going to take this one that has the petal cut out and do the same thing. Just a little glue on that petal. It's kind of a lot. Fold that over, and you can see it's getting a little smaller. This is eventually going to fit inside, so we're just doing different layers. Same thing with this petal. Just like that. Now we're going to take these 2 that we have left. This one we're just going to curl using this skewer, kind of curl from each side to be the center of the rose. And that's it. If you want, you could also kind of curl the top back. And then for this piece, this is probably the trickiest part. You're going to curl the left side, which is probably your right, back. So it's kind of bent down, and then you're going to take this side and you're going to wrap it. It's going to curl around. Now I just like to use my skewer to kind of get it going, and then it's going to curl around this piece. Does that make sense? So there's a little, just a little bit of overage right there that you kind of wrap. So I'm going to put some glue in there, and that glue comes out kind of fast. Probably don't need as much as I'm using. Alright, so that's where the little center piece is going to go. So when you've got that, you can start, if this is going to glue, you can start layering your flower. This is going to go inside there. I usually just put a little glue at the bottom, stick it in there. You can curl back these petals a little more if you want. Let that dry. Then I think probably the next good step would be just to curl all your petals back, and just take your little skewer and kind of curl them back like that. And you're going to do that on each of these pieces that you have. They're all kind of curled. Doesn't have to be very tight or perfect, but so they look kind of natural. Okay, then I'm just going to put a little glue on this one. Stick it down and kind of arrange it so the petals are not on top of each other. They're kind of every other. Is that there till it kind of glues? I do try to put the glue a little higher up rather than at the very tip, because you may end up cutting that off depending on how tall you want your flower. I'm just layering that in there. Squishing it down so that glue really sticks. And then we'll do this last piece that we've already put together. And if you find it sticking up a little high, you can always snip off this little edge, or this little bottom part, so that it sits down a little lower. Okay, so there's your little rose. Now I left these kind of uncurled. Some of these other ones I've made, I've curled back a little more, but we wanted to put these cute floral stamen in the middle and make it look more like a hibiscus or something. So, we've got packages of these at the store right now. They're just plain white, and you could do them plain white, but look how cute they are, colored with alcohol ink, and this is the easiest thing you've seen. So, I've just got this little tray to kind of protect my workspace. And these little Tim Holtz alcohol inks come in tons of colors, and they're really easy to use. You can dye a lot of different things with them. We're just going to put a couple little drops on there. Actually, first, maybe if you want to put them together and twist them. Forgot that step. Okay, and I'm going to dump them up, turn them upside down, and just kind of do some little drops here. And you can see how easy that is. They just soak it up. Stems too. It's a little messy, so I might want to just kind of dab a little bit there, and then we're going to stick these, the little glue, inside of our rose. So I put a little drop of glue in there, and then I'm going to maybe snip these off so they don't stay so high. Kind of twist them together, stick them down in there. And there you go. Super cute, super easy, right? And these are fun for cards. They do stand up a little taller, so obviously they aren't great for mailing. But I've just adhered these with a little pop dot on the back there. I don't know if you can even see that, but just a little raised dot, because they're really sticky and they'll stay on there. But that is it. Okay, so I want to show you really quickly the Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist that we have in tons of colors. So pretty. Just shake it a little off there. And then we're just going to spray this a little light mist. And it probably will be kind of hard to see on camera, but it's just going to have a really pretty shimmery mist on top. Kind of a sheen. Comes in colors. This one's just more of like a sparkle. What's this one called? Oh, pearl. So it just kind of makes it kind of pearly, sparkly. But we do have several in color, so you could actually take a white flower like this and spray it, and it would be pink pearly, pink shimmery.